G'day everybody, welcome back to the Blue Fox Tavern, and welcome back to our playthrough of Tavern Keeper. Hope you guys are doing well. In the previous episode, we managed to hire a few more hands and also move the staff room, as well as expand the kitchen. So we do have a few more meals to serve up different people. I do hopefully want to get, I suppose, maybe another pot so that we can serve even more meals. I guess we don't really need to go too crazy with it, but I'm sort of giving myself a bit of a challenge. And speaking of challenges, I think I'm going to settle with the challenge that I mentioned in the previous episode about perhaps maybe opening this place for 24 hours. So that means we're going to need a whole bunch more staff, obviously. So I'm gonna see whether or not we can make that happen. But first things first, though, is I do want to sort out a third, is it a third or perhaps maybe a fourth main meal? So let's set things up and let's make sure that we can actually serve this stuff. We just need to be on top of ordering ingredients constantly. I wish there was a way to automate the ordering of ingredients. Okay, we don't have water, and that's becoming a bit of a problem. So let me just see if someone's going to actually make some water. Actually, we can prioritize that, right? Give me a sec here. So actually, we don't have any requested. Let's prioritize that right now, and that way, once we do have it, we should be able to then create this new meal. So obviously we do want mains, and it's a stew that we're about to make. Let's put the water in, and we want to use this devilfish tentacle. And yeah, we got Lakeland cabbages. So hopefully this will be a very special meal, and a lot of people should enjoy that. I just need to keep ordering these things for delivery. So let's create that, and let's just make sure that this is the pot for that stew. So yeah, a few different things. A couple of stews, some breads, some skewers. It's looking good. I wonder if you can actually do skewers of the tentacles as well. Or skewers of mutton. Potentially, that is a possibility. We also decorated our restaurant area, or what I like to call the restaurant area. So perhaps maybe we might spend some time just decorating it further with a few different knickknacks on top of surfaces, including like maybe even the hearth here. And speaking of hearth, I reckon maybe we could get a hearth in the tap room over here. So perhaps maybe we can sort of move things slightly and get that hearth in. So yeah, we'll consider that as well. But yeah, there's obviously additional space here which I would like to utilize, and then also space over here which I would like to utilize as well. And we do need to get a stage at some stage. Let's see here, services. We need a stage for the next half star, and then I think, yeah, we need some accommodation. So, do we want to get accommodation immediately in this episode? Maybe not. I sort of want to focus on expanding our tap rooms, getting the right amount of staff so that we can actually operate all day and night. So, yeah. A problem that I foresee, though, is one of our staff members who doesn't really like sharing space with others. So we're gonna have to balance that. Let me just take a look at his happiness levels here. It doesn't seem to be dipping too much. He's saying it's a bit cold here as well. So let's just take a look at the temperature. So it's warm where it counts, though. This room could perhaps do with like a potbelly stove or something like that. Maybe I might utilize this area for additional staff. It seems to make sense to me. there's still additional space here for accommodation. I'm just trying to think here whether or not we want to utilize even more for accommodation on this side, or if this is enough. Because my initial thought was that we should have a tap space here and then a stage right in the little nook here, which looks like it makes sense for a stage. So yeah, decisions. Let's start though with the stove, just to keep these guys warm, and I just want to make sure that, you know, we don't have anyone else complaining about stuff. Apparently there's 2 people not very happy about stuff. Belarani here is also unhappy, and I kind of need to work out why. It's cold. I'm at work and exhausted, but that's to be expected. It's dark, okay. So I think we can resolve darkness pretty easily by just doing something like that. And then, yeah, we probably need to lighten this place up a little bit more as well. So, I mean, having some chandeliers are a bit fancy for just a plain old corridor, isn't it? So what I might do is just do maybe 3 lanterns along the corridor here. I think that should be enough to lighten things up a little bit. Maybe even there at the very end. And yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how we can introduce a little bit more heat in this space. Yeah, I did mention that I wanted to get the hearth in, right? So perhaps maybe if we put the potbelly stove, like, on this side, and then switch this end to have a hearth instead, maybe that's the answer. Let's try it. Let's try it. It needs to be accessible, though, for people to actually stoke the fire and stuff, so... yeah, maybe even there, and then what we can do is we can move these comfy chairs for the time being, and then we can add a hearth. Maybe it doesn't need to be like a normal sort of hearth. Maybe we can do the timber stone hearth. Make this place look a little nicer, you know? It's pretty big, isn't it? I think that looks nice. And placing down the hearth reminds me that I kind of need to get, like, rugs and stuff like that in here. I feel like it's a little bit empty. It's missing something, you know? That looks nice and cozy, though, to be fair. Alright, and I think we're also supposed to be getting, like, a nest killer in. I'm not entirely sure when that's supposed to arrive. Perhaps maybe I didn't get fast delivery on it. But yeah, let's just watch how people get on. I really just need to make sure that happiness is addressed first and foremost, just so that we don't have people leaving because of the unhappiness. Let's take a look here. So yeah, it's still too cold, too dark, but perhaps maybe that might disappear after a while. Okay, here comes our delivery. So we should be able to just bomb this nest right now. And of course I wasn't paying attention to our ingredients, was I? Morsel soup. So we need spuds and farm hens for those. So let's just order some in. I might just review our entire stock before we really do anything else. So, oh, we don't have any more breakfast rolls coming in for a while, so we might need to wait on that. I may as well get a few things going as well. So mutton, yeah, we don't have spuds. Might need a couple. Let's do farm hens. And yeah, we'll need some flour for more bread, obviously, so yeah, let's purchase all of that. That's a lot of money, and we don't really have a lot right now. That's thanks to me spending like crazy on all these nice looking things. That's okay, we'll make it all back. The Halflington Post, Volume 6, Marcia Cliptooth's nephews, lost forever. Local ironsmith Marcia Cliptooth is mourning the loss of her nephew Seth. He moved to Merriman, she said in an emotional interview. I'll never see him again, or just at holidays. And this 10-day he'll be back to visit, he said. And when he needs laundry done, of course. But aside from all that, he's good as gone. Someone's a bit too attached. Alright. Let's just keep an eye out. So, still unhappy. Let me just take a look here. Too cold and too dark. Seriously? Perhaps maybe it's this corner that's a little bit too dark. Sorry, not too dark, too cold. So what I might do is I might shift some of the beds around, because I think we can make the heat spread a little bit. So that should do it, hopefully. Let's just take a look at everything else here. These hallways though, do we need to heat those? I'm not entirely sure. Everything else seems pretty warm. Generally speaking, you wouldn't really want any additional heat being introduced in the storeroom though, so we can't really do anything on that front. Yeah, alright, let's monitor that for the time being. Yeah, just saving a little bit of money here. And I might start with doing an expansion on this side. Let me just take a look at whether or not we've got guests that we can accept, or groups that we can accept. People need food, drink. Yeah, the timing is not really right here. I suppose when we eventually get enough staff to do the night shift, we should be able to entertain those guests. -5 on the cold front. Yeah, it's a bit hard to tell whether or not we're actually getting enough heat here. What I could do is I could assign someone a specific bed. So Liam's sleeping there. Let's do Velarani in this bed, because she's guaranteed to get that warmth. And everyone else will have to... Whoa, okay. Why is the camera all the way out here? That was weird. Yeah, okay, so I think we're looking okay. Got a storybook. What's going on?
Everyone has too many teeth. You try to serve them all, but they eat too fast. Huge appetites, huge patrons, giants. You scuttle between their legs, sprinting for the kitchen. In the kitchen, she laughs, the staffer with the hat of stars and hair of night. You're so slow, so small, only a mouse. Those ravenous behemoths could crush you like a robin's egg between gnashing rows of teeth, teeth, teeth. She's laughing. Starlight hat, moonbeam eyes. Wait, who?
You don't work here. Who are you?
She fixes you with luminous eyes and leans against a tree. The sky has grown threatening. Distant stars begin to fall. I'm a noctomancer. A sort of tourist, one might say. A collector of the places beyond the waking world.
What do you mean by a collector?
She gestures, the flick of her fingers vaguely indicating everything around her. I'm fond of dream stuff and all the unlikely things minds spin it into. I collect the ones I like best. Common hobby among my profession. You've never wondered why you forget dreams so quickly?
Wait, I'm dreaming? You're in my dream?
Oh, this is my favorite part, the realization. She plucks a leaf from a low branch. No, not a leaf. It is actually, perhaps was always, a cup of tea. She sips. Are you? Am I? Think it over carefully.
You're not supposed to be here.
You could make me leave, perhaps with a wager. That could be fun. She tilts her head. How about this? If you answer my little riddle, I'll make you a gift of moonlight and be about my way. If not, I'll stay and take whatever dreams I like.
Moonlight? What kind of gift is that?
A fair question. She raises an arm, and the starlings on the nearby lampposts unfurl their wings and take flight. With a flurry of feathers, they drop something in your hands and vanish into the fog. It's a bag, soft like velvet and cool like silk. Peeking inside, you see a glint of silver. Good enough? If you can't trust what you see and can't trust what you feel, what else is left to trust?
This is your dream, your mind. Steal the bag and escape. I mean, we may as well give it a go. Why not? We will likely fail, but...
to offer you a quick escape.
Let's go. Oh no. Okay. That's fine.
You stand to run, but your mind goes fuzzy. You can't quite remember what it was you intended to do. She watches you, eyes fathomless. That wasn't wise. It's your mind, but my playground. Very well. Offer rescinded. A light strobes past, blinding you. The lighthouse. No one is steering the ship. You leap to take the wheel. Another strobe, bright against your eyelids. You open them. Candlelight. Your empty room. Were you dreaming? It's already slipping away. Odd.
All right. Well, what I'm curious about, though, is whether or not we have any penalty or, you know, something having happened to us. Can't really tell. Nothing bad seems to have happened just yet. Okay, we do have a gift here. Let's just quickly open that. Sure, some more shelves. It's fine. She doesn't seem to be unhappy anymore. She's just on the line there, though, so she could potentially cross over to unhappiness again. Just looking at the amount of space that we have for more barrels of booze. Our booze situation is looking decent. Let's take a look at what we can buy. I don't think we need anything from the merchant right now, so let's leave that. If there's anything that I would like to get is just some stock to make sure that we can make that new stew that we have created. So, okay. Where would we get that though? Ah, here. The devilfish tentacle and some cabbage. Let's get those. And then, why not? We can get some of this stuff as well. Have all sorts of different types of foods. Is it wise to have all these things on the menu, or is it better to have fewer things on the menu? I'm not entirely sure, but let's, you know, get all of that delivered anyway. If it becomes a problem at some stage, then we're going to have to reduce the amount of stuff that we've got on the menu, but all good. We'll cross that bridge when we need to. Yes. So, our goals. Trying to expand this place. So, let's go ahead and do it. I've got some stock coming in, which is nice. I'm gonna move this over there. And this will go here. And I think this will go right there. And that room we shall convert into a tap room. And yeah, so I'm thinking we can probably just add a door here. And then I can get rid of this wall and sort of open things up a little bit. We could probably have a couple more tables here, right? So that's sort of the idea that I have. Let's do demolition. Perfect. And then, yeah, we probably just need a bit of lighting in there. Not bad. Alright, I don't really have too many things going on here telling me that something's wrong. And hopefully people are just happy with the way things are in this tavern. But we sort of need to start thinking about getting more staff in, I would say. Let's utilize this space though, because no reason not to. I'm just concerned about the orientation of some of these tables and whether or not the staff will actually be able to fit and go through to, you know, provide service on this side. Actually, come to think of it, I've got the wrong tables bought here. Maybe I can sell them off and replace them. My bad. Yeah, we do want the halfling tables, so let's do that. Oh, hang on, that's not in the right spot. There we go. One more. There. And you know what? Maybe we can just simply move this and have it sort of a little bit more central. I'm just looking at the dart board and to see how people can actually interact with it. It looks like I can only have like 2 players So what I could do instead of what we've got going on there is we could just move the scroll dispenser over on this side, and then we can do the bulletin board over that side. So now we should be able to get more patrons in to play darts if they want to. It's not even darts, isn't it? It's like it's more like target practice because people are throwing axes and stuff. Alright, so we're going to definitely need some staff. I mean, look at the amount of customers that we're getting here. People are going to be impatient, that's for sure. Yeah, the space is looking much nicer. You know what? In terms of brightness, yeah, we can definitely address the brightness a little bit, because I think we should be using some lanterns, or perhaps maybe even, I mean, I could perhaps maybe get another chandelier, maybe over here. Maybe I can move this one. Just slightly. There. And then I can drop another chandelier on this side. So this place is going to be bright. And then we get some lanterns on this side. Okay. The kitchen's probably quite dark, isn't it? Like, we could maybe add a little bit of lighting in the kitchen. So why not? Let's do that. Some lanterns should do it, I think. Alright. And we still have quite a bit of money to spare. We don't seem to be going through our booze too quickly, but perhaps maybe I should get a bit of a delivery going. And because it needs to be delivered all the way from out this way, we could probably just get normal delivery. And it should arrive in time for when we actually need it, so... Okay, more staff. So... I'm just preempting the fact that we want to open a little bit longer, right? Like, can we do something like that instead? And this should be, like, a very, very large space for heaps more staff. Maybe. Actually, I'm curious how much it costs. 46. It might not be a bad idea to wait until all of our staff members have woken up, and we can sort of do stuff when they're doing work. I would love to get some specializations going as well. And people still haven't cleaned all of this. I don't know what's going on that front. Okay, let's start expanding the staff room. Just need to be mindful of the salary that we need to pay everyone. So yeah, let's do that. And we'll do that. Now, this section here seems a little bit awkward. Perhaps maybe we might need to rethink all of this, or perhaps maybe this could be like space for the front desk, because the front desk doesn't exactly have to be too big. Yeah, anyway, I do still want the rooms to be divided, though, because some people don't like sleeping in rooms full of other people. So let's do that. And then I'll do that. And then we just do another door right here. I could divide this room up a little bit more as well. So... Oh, they're cleaning the stuff. That's good. That's good. Love to see it. What's going on here? Crafting issues. Not enough fine flour. Really? I thought we still had some fine flour. Maybe we ran out of bread as well. Okay, well... Not an issue. Let's grab that. Let's have it delivered quickly. Let's see. Staff room, let's get another staff bed. Pretty sure we're going to be okay getting another staff member in here. But I think maybe 3 might be the maximum for, I forget his name. Nicholas, maybe? Oh, sorry, Liam. So... I might just play around with the placement of certain things, though. So, I think we could probably get better heat distribution if that was on that side. And then we can place this there, and I can now rotate the bed. Just so that it's not facing an awkward way. Actually, maybe I could even line things up. I probably won't be able to get the other bed in, though. Alright. That's alright. We'll, line things up like that. Okay. Our patron satisfaction is looking pretty good, though, all things considered. Now, I would like to get some firefighting gear on this side, just in case we need to fight some more fires. And yeah, this place is definitely looking a little bit dirty, right? So... Oh, I've just realized, I was wondering why people were going all the way around. Yes, okay, so we probably need to make some kind of entryway to the kitchen. So let's do that. Sure, this hallway can be used eventually, but I sort of want to leave things as is for the time being. But yeah, that should hopefully cut down some travel time. 700 gold. I think what we want to do initially is we want to hire some new staff. I'm definitely looking for someone who's good at... Oh my god, this person is good at everything. Förderbrand. Fast worker, but a bit clumsy though. I don't mind that. Yes, Förderbrand, you're hired. And, I think we're overdue for some specializations, so let's just take a look at the schedule. And we'll take a look at what everyone's good at, and then decide on, you know, what to do with everyone. So Codry's still going to be the chef. So I'm not sure what these arrows mean exactly, and whether or not they're like suited or perhaps maybe they get a bit of a benefit. Plus 20% chef skill. Oh, that's if they're wearing a uniform. I think we definitely still want someone helping out in the kitchen a little bit. Shamara. I think Shamara can be our janitor. And I think that's the only change that I really want to make. Vertebrand is better at doing stuff in the kitchen than Sheena is, I think. Expert worker. Okay, right. So whether or not they're expert at certain things. Ah, I see, I see. So Sheena is an expert at serving, I suppose. Unskilled. Expert. Unskilled. Right. Cheap, easy to please, but takes erratic, small breaks, and might be late to work sometimes. Okay. Whereas Sheena is an expert in their craft, expects high pay, and has even higher expectations. Hard to keep happy. Well, she's been pretty happy so far, though, right? Like, we've not really had any issues. I think what we'll do is we'll get her being a server. She only wants to work 10 hours, though, so that's the real kicker. Let's save these changes, and I just want to see how things operate. But once we are comfortable that things are operating well, we should get some new staff members. I'm looking for people who are now like night owls as well, because that would be perfect for keeping this place open 24/7. Halflington Post, Volume 7, Prophecy Fixation, a Looming Crisis. According to his parents, yet another local farm boy claiming to be a hero reincarnated to save the world has packed a bag and set off on what he called his hero's journey. We've reached out to friends and family for comment, and by all accounts the young man is completely unexceptional. Experts are concerned that this trend is on the rise, as easy access to mediocre young men on quests may create a population boom in the region's wolves. Fair. It could all get eaten, perhaps. Yeah, we're gonna need to do something about, like, a lot of these infestation nests at some point. Alright. Let's just keep an eye out on stuff. Oh, what are we low on? Breakfast rolls. Where do we get breakfast rolls from? From here. But we're out of stock at the moment. Actually, is the merchant in? No. Sometimes he might have breakfast rolls, right? So... but I guess we're going to just have to make do for the time being. Alright, place looking clean. Bunting flags. Huh, interesting. Yeah, I think the place is running really well now that we've assigned people certain jobs. Brilliant. Oh, another storybook. There's actually a couple. 3 even. Are these all the same things? Might be.
It sure is a solitary life running a tavern. People come and go, but no
I think
one
we saw
sticks
this in the
around,
previous place,
aside
didn't
from
we?
maybe Hobbs.
Let's
And
do
Dorothy, technically.
outgoing
but
and
you've had warmer
charismatic.
friends. Outgoing? That could be the orc laughing uproariously at the bar.
Yes,
He
let's do
seems
the
to be
orc.
quite happy. You sidle up to the orc as his laughter rumbles through the room. He wipes tears of mirth from his eyes and smiles widely as he notices your approach. You tavern keeper? I buy round of drink for room. Having great time. You smile back and nod. He cocks his head inquisitively when you linger by his side. That's my whole order. I have tab. End transaction. Unless you want to speak about something else.
Yes, I wanted to propose something.
Yeah, what you have on mind? The orc gives you his full attention. This is your chance to bring all your charms to bear in the form of a single, flawless pickup line or action. Here goes.
What if instead you buy them a drink? I buy you a drink, handsome?
Was that an attempt at a Gugamash dialect? Really? It's a bold move, I'll give you that much.
Okay. Aw, damn.
Unfortunately, your charm falls short of the attempt. Your words land as clumsily as you delivered them, as everyone nearby eavesdrops on the disastrous attempt. You excuse yourself and retreat to reconsider the entire endeavor. After all, you're here to run a business, not get embroiled in an incremental romance arc with a random stranger, right? Right.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like the storybooks in this game, but sometimes they do get in the way of actually playing and actually managing the tavern, so... my assessment of how the workers are faring is pretty good, actually. So, these people seem to be doing a good job with their assigned roles, so I think we can now start thinking about getting, let's call it Team 2, the one that's going to address, you know, our patrons' drinking needs at night, let's call it. So, firstly, let me just lighten up this place a little bit, just that it's not too dark. We could probably get a chandelier in the center here as well. And yeah, we probably will need to divide up the space a little bit, but let's not worry about it just yet until we have a complainer on our hands. But let's get at least, I'd like to say, a couple of beds initially. Then we're going to need to think about hiring some folks. So let's take a look at who's available. So we don't really have any good people that can do everything, but this Gabriel, for instance, would be a decent server. They are a bit of a slowpoke and they're squeamish. Excels at exterminating pests. Okay, we could ask Gabriel to remove nests by hand, perhaps. Let's advertise, though. Want to sort of see whether or not we can get decent people in. Messy, cold tolerant, which means they probably won't complain so much. So what I don't understand is why some of these bars are not really full, despite them being somewhat skilled, right? This person's a night owl, deep sleeper, slowpoke, clumsy. Yeah, I don't know. Not the greatest combo. And expensive, too. This person doesn't like a few different roles, which I'm not entirely sure I like. Plus 382% clean speed. What? Okay. That seems really good. Let's see, Dirt Dodger. Alright. Becomes unhappy when the environment isn't clean. Really weird combination. Because they're also a slowpoke, but then we could get 382% cleaning speed. Ugh. Yeah, that's a bit tough. So as long as we don't have anyone who complains about working at night, we should be good, right? Squeamish. How can they be squeamish but then be really, really good at the janitor role? Or perhaps maybe there are, like, tiers. So, for instance, if you're an unskilled at certain things, you know, the bar is just out of 100% or something, and then when you have semi-skilled or exceptionally skilled, you basically, it fills up again? Maybe. I'm just making assumptions here. Okay, let's hire her. We can fire people, right? Like, if we're not happy with them, so... I'm just... interested in the fact that... she might be really good as a janitor, and we could do with a janitor for the night shift. So... why don't we make her into a janitor full-time? Only works 10 hours as well. So that's a concern. But yeah, I'm waiting to see this place just completely get squeaky clean thanks to her work. I'm hoping, anyway. Let's just make sure that we have stock of stuff. And speaking of stock of stuff, we probably should just keep an eye out on things. So, a couple more batches of farm hens. I think we should get some spuds in. Breakfast rolls are still out. I think we should get some more fine flour. Yeah, let's do that. And then let's get another delivery of all the good stuff. Where's our Mudwiser, though? I don't have Mudwiser. Sand Scorcher? Maybe blue cheese. Oh, we've still got a lot in stock, actually. Let's do that, and then I just want to see if I can find booze from another place. Mudwiser. Let's do 3. Okay, looking good. Though, perhaps maybe we do need to order a nest killer sometime soon. Because if we do end up expanding here, we're definitely gonna want to just remove all of those nests immediately. Oh, and I am worried about the pay though, so we do need to keep an eye out on making sure that we can actually pay our staff, because some of these staff members are getting very expensive. Hang on, where's all of our staff members? I'm looking at our newest staff member. Stacy. Yeah, I think the place is staying clean, which is good. So, let's try to get even more staff in. Not your puppet. Marilora suspects this is all just a quirky simulation, is not like when someone micromanages them. Very interesting. She's good all around. Bit clumsy. Gabriel. We also need another person who would be good at chefing at night. So... could make this person a server. I think we could do with a generalist as well, right? At night. Okay. Good. Let's do another bed. We just need to make sure that our staff are also happy. So that's why I'm sort of taking things in steps here, guys, because I don't want to rush into things and create, like, tons of problems for ourselves. So we've got 3 staff members who we have hired for the night job. I think I'll wait until we get a 4th before we actually set people's, like, work times. Let's order more booze. Actually, is booze on the way? I think we do have some booze on the way. Yeah, coming in a few more hours. So, are people just not enjoying blue cheese at all? Perhaps maybe blue cheese is something that people don't like, and then, you know, maybe...
Did you know the king is just a rich guy in Merriman who had a crown made? Wish I'd thought of it.
Maybe the last time we saw the cheese being consumed is because it actually spoiled. Merchant's here. Just gonna see if he has any breakfast rolls. Yes, he does. Brilliant. Gherkins... I haven't really consumed all of our gherkins just yet, so... let's do that. Alright, so food is maxed, drinks are maxed. We do still need that stage. Let's address it in the next episode. I really just want to get this place open 24/7, so... let's focus on getting another bed in. And another staff member in. But this time, I would love to get someone who's good at chefing. Ermengarde. Decent chef. Evan might not be so bad either. And he's cold tolerant. So the problem with Ermengarde, though, is she doesn't like doing any of the other work, and she'd become really unhappy if she did any of those roles. So I suppose we do want to just ensure that we assign Ermengarde as a chef if we do hire her. Ooh, now this is a decent find. Ariel. Pretty cheap too, very good at serving. Okay, I was only gonna go for 1 additional staff member, but I think I'm gonna hire 2. So Ermengarde as well.
A generous hire. Everyone deserves a second chance, I say. Even serial workplace arsonists.
Oh, okay. Maybe there's a detail there that I missed. But do we have an arsonist on our hands? Because if we do, oh, that could be problematic. As long as they don't, like, burn things every 2 seconds. Yeah, okay, the cabbage spoiled. That's no good. So I kind of need that cabbage. It's spoiled at the very, very inconvenient time there. Because I need it right now. Where do you get that cabbage from? There. Needs to be delivered ASAP. I don't really think we need anything else, so let's do that. Because the tentacle might also spoil as well, right? So... Yep. Yep. Ran out of stew, yes, I mean, we're trying to make it. Okay, our stew is back, looking good. $166 is what we're paying at the moment for all of our staff. So we just need to be aware of that. But I think now is a good chance for us to start thinking about dividing the teams. And let's just make sure that we're putting the right people for the right roles. So firstly, we're going to make sure that this person is a chef. Normally we're closed at around 9. So what we want to do is we want to say that this person needs to be doing chef work from... let me just take a look at the other chef actually. So we've got the chef until 9. So from 10 o'clock we need Ermengarde as the chef. So put them off of work completely. And then on to chefing from 10. And we just need to make sure that they're not being overworked, obviously. So there we go. 10 hours of work. And then we need a janitor that works at night as well. I think maybe we can have Stacy work as the janitor at night and keep Shamara doing that job during the day. Let me just double check on what time Shamara finishes. So yeah, from 10 onwards. Okay, that looks good. And we need a specialized server as well at night. So who's it gonna be though? I think I hired Ariel because she had a lot of skill in serving. So let's make her the server. And she can work quite long hours as well. Let me just have a look at the other server though. Okay, so they clock off pretty early. We are covered by some generalists. So let's do maybe from 9. And she could generally work for a little bit longer. There we go. So that looks good. How many people do we have working at night? So we've got 3. I probably need like at least 1 generalist to work at night. Yeah, I think maybe Marilora is up to the task. And for the moment, I will probably just keep her doing generalist work, including... Ooh, hang on. Hang on a sec. Oh, she can work 14 hours? That's quite crazy. Alright, we might need to pay attention to that, because if they're exhausted, there's no point. But yeah, she's gonna help out in the kitchen as well occasionally. So, let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 working during the day. And 1, 2, 3, 4 people working at night. I just don't know what the volume of customers are going to be at any given point. I know I could probably use the PAB to check, but I don't really want to have to shift people's schedules every 2 minutes. So let's just see how things go with the current setup, and we could perhaps maybe shift someone else onto the night shift if we need to, or we could hire someone else, because don't forget, we do also need to balance making sure that we have the right service during the day. But yeah, we're gonna have quite a large team of people looking after this place, but finally our place is open 24 hours. Let me just take a look here. Another storybook. I'm just trying to decide whether or not I want to worry about the storybook at all.
Hi, sorry. Had an apology for you, and an offer. An offerology. The man before you is vibrating. His face is a blur of movement, and his speech is fast and clipped. I'm a mage, kinetomancer, energy magic. I thought I'd cast you some as a tip. And payment. I don't have a job, can't stay in one place. Kinetomancers need to keep moving. He rubs his hands together so briskly the friction creates a wisp of smoke. Yeah? Great. What'll it be? Potential or kinetic? Energy, that is.
I'll take kinetic?
Done and done. Zap! He stops rubbing his hands and claps them sharply together. A wave of sparkles washes through the room, and the mage glances around, nods once, and disappears in a smear of colours. You glance around at your staff. Their movements begin to speed up, and they sweep easily around the tavern at a jogging pace with seemingly no effort at all. Too bad kinetomancers can't stay in one place. He'd be handy to have around.
Very nice. Okay, so we get that benefit, I assume. But yeah, I'm sort of just wanting to pay attention to how things are carrying on, both at night and during the day. So yeah, it's currently daytime. I guess the real test is what's happening at night, because we've got less workers at night. Okay, we're running out of stock. Farm hens, let's just address that. Got some gaffer spuds. That shouldn't really be too much of a problem. It's really just the farm hens that we need. Yeah, let's do that. Fine flour, we still have some, but perhaps maybe one more batch wouldn't hurt. And how are we doing on the mutton? We probably will need some mutton very soon, so let's get all of that delivered. Okay, so I'm just looking here, but it doesn't seem like we've got customers at night. Am I missing something here? Is there... like, are there tavern hours where we are open for business? I don't really think there's a way to control whether or not your tavern is open for business. Tavern will open... actually, it does say that the tavern is open in 1 and a little bit hours. Okay, so... tavern operating hours. Room schedules. Right. Okay. You can even have, like, different hours for different tap rooms, if you've got multiple tap rooms and not just the one. Very interesting. Alright, let me give this a try. My bad, guys. I should have researched this before attempting. Oh, got all the different tap rooms. Sorry, let's just cancel out of that for a second. I mean, I'm saying it needs to be open constantly. So let's do that. So we are open. So, yeah, I'm just gonna wait for 1 entire day, once again, just to test things out. And I sort of want to just, like, get a gauge of how big the crowds are going to be coming into this place. Ooh, someone's unhappy though. Codry. Codry's unhappy because... I'm at work and exhausted. I mean, that doesn't seem to be too much of a concern though. Why is he stood there, though? Can he not move? Yeah, he can't seem to move, I think. So maybe there's something going on here. Maybe there's a bug. Yeah, okay. We'll get that back in. Alright, that's a bit of a shame. But at least we spotted it, though. Otherwise, that could have been detrimental. Oh, we don't have gaffer spuds. One thing after the other. Alright, do we have the night shift peeps? Yes, night shift peeps are working. The real question is, are we getting customers in? Yes we are. So, not a lot. But perhaps maybe we haven't exactly made a name for ourselves as a tavern that operates late at night. So things might be still a little bit easier for the night shift folks. Gonna have to sort of monitor that even more. Right, I reckon this is a decent place for a break, guys. So we've achieved what I set out to do, which is to open this place 24/7. Whether or not we are operating effectively is still to be seen, but I reckon we'll get to know whether or not things need to change in the next episode. And yeah, I didn't really get much of a chance this time around to play around with decorations and all that sort of stuff, but that's okay. We can always, you know, circle back to that on another episode, maybe next one, and see if we can beautify the place a little bit more. Thanks for watching, guys. Drop me a like if you're enjoying things. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.